All right, we'll use the component editor again to do the chest and the head, get those associated with the correct bones. All right, the easiest way to work on the chest is first let me demonstrate what we've got. If I grab the chest control and I move it back and forth, you see we've got points kind of going all over the place, not acting right. If I move it back, that doesn't quite look correct. So let's go into the side view here. And I'll select the surface, hit F8. And with my lasso tool here, let's go in and pick all of the points here that make up her upper chest. Okay, and I want to verify that we got both sides. All right, that looks great. And actually, before I do that, let me switch to my wireframe here, and let me undo. Let me just verify the name of this joint. Okay, back 3. I'm actually going to rename that chest so it's easy for us to see that while we're working. I prefer back 3, but I'll rename it chest just so it's easy to find. All right, let's go back to our side view here. F8. Let's grab those points of the chest. All right, if you forget some, you can just hold Control-Shift so that way you don't remove any that you've already got selected. Okay, we'll go up here to our component editor. We're going to go to our chest here, and we're going to add 100% influence to that joint. So I hit 1, hit enter. Okay, everything is now connected to that. So let's see what happens when I move my chest control. All right, so I'm getting some good predictable behavior now. Okay, abs control. Pretty good. Needs to be a little bit of weighting back here on the back. See how that's kind of bulged out right there at this point. Okay, so we're going to want to look at that. Okay, so let's work on, we'll make a note to work on that. I'm going to next go up to the head, get that one knocked out. It's because it's the same technique, so we'll hit F8, go to our side view, and we're going to select all those points right up here against the neckline. So all these points, show you what those are. We're going to add those to the component editor here, and they're going to be complete influence to the head, okay, or the skull joint. So I'll grab all those points, highlight all those, hit 1, enter. So now when I move the head control, okay, let's get out of component mode, shade it. Okay, I get good movement there. That's good. All right, so the head and chest, two really simple setups to do. You can see we've got a little bit of influence that we still need to paint around here. Let's see. I think those are going to the back control, so let's move the back control here. Yeah, and you see this tearing that we have, so some of these points need to go to the chest control. Let's work on those next. I'll only work on the right side, so it's a little bit easier to see the difference. Now, we can double click on this tool since we had already been working with it, and all we're going to do is grab the chest control. And you can look at these hierarchically. I like it that way, by hierarchy. You can also choose alphabetical, which lists everything in alphabetical order, but I like hierarchy just so then I can see what's above and below it. So I'll grab the chest here, and I'm just going to click a little bit of influence. Just like this. Okay, and then back 2 is this joint right here. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of more influence here. Okay, and I'll check back 1, which is right down here in the small of the back. Okay, go ahead and make sure all those are reset. All right, let's double check our settings here, our controls. Okay, so we got 1 point. Let's take a look and see if we can find that. There it is, this point right here. That doesn't seem to have the correct influence on it. There it is right here. So let's go ahead and we'll go to chest, and we're going to add just a little bit of influence there. We're going to go up to that back, add a little bit more influence. Okay, and now let's move that control back and forth and see if that helped. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at our back. Okay, pretty good. Let's check out our ab control. Okay, we got this one little point right here. So let's grab our paint weights here. We're going to take this down to back 1. Touch that in a couple times. Okay, actually let me take it to my hip. See what we get there. Okay, nice. Still a little bit of influence here. Let's see if we can just spread that out a little bit so we can tighten it up. Okay, and there we go. That's starting to look really nice. Now, if this brush is too big, you can hold down B, click and drag, and that will make your brush a little bit smaller. Okay, we're just going to paint that in a little bit like this. Very nice. Okay, so let's move our control, see what we get. Awesome. All right, let's just zero that out. I'm not going to undo because I'll lose my work, so I'll just zero that. Make sure the chest is zeroed. All right, and the last little thing that I want to teach you is working on these shoulder controls. So that's actually not too bad. I can move it back just a bit. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. When we worked on the side here, we added a little bit of influence to the shoulder. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more just so we can exaggerate that. So let's zero this out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and set a key, Shift W, and I'll move over to 20 and we'll pull it up. Shift W. Okay, so that way we can just click and drag as we tweak. Okay, so this point right here, I'd like to get it connected to the back control right here. So let's go ahead and double click on this, and let's select back 4, and we'll go ahead and add some of this influence in. Okay, I'm going to get myself a bigger brush. Okay, that looks good. And then some of these points down here, let's connect to the shoulder. So we'll get the left shoulder here, or the left clavicle. Let's set that. There we go. Pretty nice. All right, so you can, again, go through the whole process and pull these pieces together. Let me work on the arms next, and I think we'll be able to wrap up this portion of the kit. Let's go ahead and break all the connections on that animation, okay, because we only wanted to set that up while we're testing. All right, next we'll do the hands, and then we'll wrap up this training kit.